The deep sea is scarier than space. Here's why. What if I told you there's a place on Earth that's darker than the blackest night, more alien than Mars, and more unexplored than the surface of the moon? A place where the pressure could crush a human in seconds, where light has never existed, and where life itself has evolved into monsters beyond imagination. Most people fear space. It's vast, cold, and empty. But what if the real terror isn't up there? It's down here. Because the deep sea is far more terrifying. Let's dive into the pitch-black abyss and find out why the deep ocean might just be the scariest place in the known universe. We've mapped over 99% of the moon's surface. We have rovers crawling across Mars, beaming back images of red deserts and ancient riverbeds. We've sent probes beyond our solar system. But here on Earth, over 80% of our oceans remain completely unexplored. We've explored more of outer space than we have of our own seafloor. That means most of the ocean, our own backyard, is a total mystery. We don't know what's down there. Not really. We don't even know what questions to ask. In space, we can point a telescope and see what's out there. But in the deep sea, it's like staring into a void with no end. Now let's talk about what actually happens down there. Beyond 1,000 meters, the ocean turns pitch black. No sunlight, no warmth, no direction. This is the midnight zone, a place so dark, it may as well be another planet. And the pressure? At the bottom of the Mariana Trench, it's over 1,000 times greater than sea level. That's like stacking 50 jumbo jets on top of you, and then trying to breathe. No ordinary human and no unprotected machine could survive that environment. This isn't just hostile, it's inhospitable, it's unforgiving, and it's silent. You're in the blackest place on Earth, cut off from light, sound, time, even gravity feels different here. Here's where it gets even weirder. In space, we imagine aliens with strange shapes and glowing eyes, but in the deep sea, they already exist. The barrel-eye fish has a transparent skull. The anglerfish uses a glowing lure attached to its head to attract prey, before devouring it with needle-sharp teeth. The giant squid has tentacles stretching over 40 feet and eyes the size of basketballs. The vampire squid? It can turn itself inside out to evade predators. And yes, it looks exactly as terrifying as it sounds. These creatures don't follow the rules of biology as we know them. They've adapted to a world of zero light, crushing pressure, and isolation. They are real, and they are terrifying. No planet we've studied in space hosts life this bizarre. The deep ocean doesn't just hide monsters. Sometimes it strikes back. Deep beneath the surface, tectonic plates shift. Earthquakes begin in the abyss, and they don't stay there. They trigger tsunamis, some taller than skyscrapers, moving faster than a jet. Volcanoes erupt on the ocean floor with no warning, spewing boiling water, molten rock, and poisonous gas. Some vents release chemicals so toxic they could melt human flesh. And then there are the whispers, giant creatures that never rise to the surface. So massive they'd collapse under their own weight in shallow waters. Some believe the megalodon, a prehistoric shark larger than a school bus, may still lurk in the deep. Can we prove it? No. But can we disprove it? Also no, because down there anything could be watching. Fear isn't always about danger. Sometimes it's about not knowing. The ocean combines every primal fear we have: darkness, isolation, suffocation, the unseen. It's no coincidence that horror stories are set in dark, wet caves, or that some of the oldest sea myths involve monsters lurking just below the waves. But the deep sea doesn't need mythology. It is the myth. There could be creatures down there older than time, species we'll never discover, even entire ecosystems that obey no laws of science. What's more terrifying, the idea that monsters exist, or the possibility that we'll never know? Maybe we were never meant to. So ask yourself, what's scarier? The silence of space where nothing lives, or the ocean where something might? We dream of colonizing Mars, traveling to other galaxies, discovering new civilizations. But maybe we should be more afraid of the places we haven't looked on Earth, of the abyss beneath our own feet, because the truth is, we fear space because we can see how vast it is, but we fear the ocean because it looks back. If the deep sea gave you chills, imagine what else is lurking below the surface. Hit that subscribe button for more terrifying truths, bizarre creatures, and the darkest corners of our ocean you've never seen. Like the video if you're brave enough to dive deeper, and drop a comment below. What do you think is the scariest thing hiding in the deep? Because this is just the beginning. The ocean has secrets,